Hello and welcome to MyFinanceTeacher on YouTube. As usual, we are going to have at gold, and today is 24th of July 2017. As we have forecasted in one of our previous videos on the 10th of July, gold has turned around and has been moving upwards for a couple of weeks by now. However, it's getting to some resistance levels, and I think it is time for gold to turn back down and continue with this declining phase of the half-a-year intermediate cycle. So in front of you is a daily chart of gold price, and on this chart we see that there is a resistance level at around 1260. Gold price at the moment is at the price level of close to 1255, so we are getting close to the resistance levels, which is one of the indicators for potential turnaround in gold price and continuation of the declining phase of this intermediate cycle in gold. There are a couple of other indicators that suggest a possible downturn in the movement of gold price soon. Firstly, on the 10-day RSI, gold price is not overbought yet, but it is getting close to overbought, so it may still continue going upwards for a few days, but after that it should turn down. Additionally, gold price is now stretched relatively far above its 20-day moving average. This blue line is the 20-day moving average, and we haven't been that stretched even during the advancing phase of this intermediate cycle, which possibly says that we are somewhat overstretched on the upside, meaning that the gold price should turn down pretty soon. Now, moving on to where gold price should go after this turn down in prices. Just as, again, I have been mentioning in several of my previous videos, we should probably go down to a level close to 1180 or so before gold starts the advancing phase of another new intermediate cycle and breaks the recent highs, goes above the recent highs. Let's have a look at the weekly chart of gold price, which is just in front of you at the moment. Here we see this triangle consolidation phase that has been working for over a year now. That's over a year and a half now. And for now, I think the price is still confined within this triangle consolidation area. So over the next several days, gold price might still continue going up, maybe even above the resistance level of 1260, but there is another resistance level made up of this upper boundary of the triangle. Once gold reaches that level, I think it should most likely turn down, reach the support level at this lower boundary of the triangle, finish this intermediate cycle, and start the new advancing phase of a new intermediate cycle, where it will most likely break these previous highs, because after a long consolidation the move upward is generally a strong one. It might even break the highs that we had in the middle of 2016. Now, that's a more likely outcome that we're going to observe over the next several weeks, a few months. However, there is another interesting thing to consider, and that is dollar. For some reason, dollar has been going down for quite a while, and we don't see this very long intermediate cycle in dollar finishing. This is a weekly chart, and this intermediate cycle in dollar started in May last year, and this cycle has been going on for over a year now, which is very unusual. The dollar is now stretched far below its 20-week moving average, and it's close to the previous low that it bounced off at the beginning of this cycle. This breakdown in dollar shouldn't really continue for much longer. It is time for a new intermediate cycle to start. We are already oversold on the 10-week RSI. However, if this breakdown continues and we create a lower low on the dollar chart, and there is a possibility of that happening because the oversold levels are not as extremely oversold as they were overbought at the time when dollar was extremely strong in the early part of 2015. So if a similar strength of a move happens now in the opposite direction, we still might see dollar continuing to fall and creating a lower low. If that happens, that is going to push gold upwards, or at least create a very strong support, in which case we might not see gold go down to 1160 or 1180 before it starts a strong trend upwards. However, I think it's not a very likely scenario. As I mentioned, I think a more likely scenario is we're going to turn down soon in gold price, reach somewhere around 1180, reach somewhere below 1200, and only after that have a strong trending move upwards. This is not investment advice. However, I do wish you luck in your trading. Please leave your comments under the video and give your thumbs up. Thank you for your attention.